Hello there to my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to Crystal Clarity. We're going to be doing a new moon and Capricorn reading, so kind of touching a little bit on what your intentions are, what it is that you wish to grow over the next couple weeks, and also touching on what you might have released from the full moon in Cancer. So already I have been getting a sense that there's a lot of confusion and maybe some unhappiness, maybe some kind of like almost paranoia I'm feeling in regards to, I feel it's a connection. It could be a lot of different things, but I do feel like it's for good reason that you're feeling this way. I do feel that there is some sort of dishonesty happening in a connection, somebody not being fully truthful with you or being fully honest with you about their feelings or something that they're doing. Just kind of deceptive energy around you. And so it makes sense that you're feeling, I don't know if something came out, if you know about this or what, but you are feeling a little bit shaken, I would say, by this, just feeling kind of uncertain as to like where to direct your energy as far as like how to maybe fix things or how to move forward, where to go from here, that sort of thing. So we're going to start by first going over what it is that you've released. So what has Aquarius released since the full moon? All right. So we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Judgment, and Page of Pentacles upright. So definitely something that you've been working on releasing is some sort of painful ending, some sort of betrayal, something that happened. Again, it could be within a connection, it could be a situation in general that ended, but you definitely, with the Ten of Swords in the Ten of Swords in the reverse, you have been trying to walk away and move on from this, whatever it was. And, like I said, I did feel some dishonesty there in the beginning, so it could have been that, things came to light. Especially with this Judgment card, this is some sort of awakening or realization or epiphany that came in. And I feel like it has to do with, maybe why things happened the way that they did or why this person betrayed you. Maybe they finally came out and, had some sort of conversation with you about this. But what you're releasing is definitely trying to walk away from the situation, trying to heal, trying to kind of close that chapter for good. And with this Page of Pentacles, I feel like you are moving forward, trying to establish new firm foundations for yourself. That is part of what the new moon in Capricorn is all about, is that forward future thinking energy and planning kind of energy of what is it that I want long term, And especially with Venus going into Capricorn, we're at a point where we are looking for how to maintain relationships, how to put all of our effort and work and love into commitments, long-term, stable, reliable commitments. So yeah. So where is Aquarius now? What is going on with Aquarius currently, please? Yeah. So again, I felt like this was a connection in the beginning, but I'm not sure. It could be within work, it could be within a project, a personal project. just your goals in general. That is kind of a theme, you know, with the new moon and also with Capricorn as well, is just like being very intentional around setting goals, right? But with where we're at currently, we've got the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like where you're at right now is you're just like thinking a lot about where there is a lack of balance in your life. And it does feel like, again, like I said, this could be work, this could be within a connection as well. But with this 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is very much like trying to work together with others, but them not really working with you kind of energy, like trying to be really collaborative, trying to work as a team, but finding that there's a lack of balance here, because with this Temperance and this 10 of Wands, it really feels like to me that you've been putting in a lot of work and effort yourself, that you've been taking on a lot of the responsibility, a lot of the burden of carrying everything on your back. And so it feels like, you know, again, like if this is a connection, if this is work related, whatever it is, like if you're working in a team setting or trying to work as a team, it feels very much like you are taking the brunt of all of the work. Like you're the one carrying everything on your back. You're the one who has all the responsibilities. And it could even be to the point where like you're not really able to focus on, you know, your goals fully, because you're focused on trying to make sure all these other things are taken care of. Because whoever it is that you're working with, I feel, is not sharing the responsibilities with you. They're not working with you together. So what is emerging for Aquarius? What is starting to emerge for you into your awareness? Oop. Wow, yeah. Yeah, so we've got the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse with the 2 of Wands. So this 6 of Pentacles very, very much touches on what I was trying to get at with where you're at currently. This is kind of a lack of give and take energy. Like if you're somebody who's very, very generous, and it does feel like it with this 10 of Wands here, that you're just somebody who's like, yeah, I can take care of that for you, or sure, I'll be the one to do this. And it's like, you're not getting the same in return from this person, right? Like, or this situation anyway. You're with the 6 of Pentacles, this is very much like you just like constantly giving and receiving, or giving and not receiving. So yeah, this is probably, you know, touching on, you know, this Temperance card, like this is how things are out of balance, is if you're just giving, and you're not receiving anything in return, you know, there's kind of, I feel like you're starting to become aware of this, because with the 2 of Wands here, this is kind of, again, like looking into the future, trying to plan ahead, trying to, you know, see what else is out there, where it is that you can go, like kind of like looking on the horizon kind of energy. And with this, we have the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well. So this could be creating a lot of conflict too. Like it's like you feel like you're the one putting in all the efforts. You're the one who's being very generous, being very giving, being very, you know, being willing to share. And your person or the situation is not, you know, kind of giving you that same energy back. So I do feel like, you know, it's causing a lot of conflict. It might even be something that you've had disagreements about. And now you're just kind of like, you know, again, like I said in the beginning, I feel like you were kind of just like, where do I put my energy? Like you probably are. Aquarius is a very, you know, always thinking about the collective whole, always thinking about the greater good for everybody involved. And so it's like you still want to remain true to yourself, but, you know, not if it's like an unhealthy balance where things are just like not working, you know. So with this Two of Wands, I feel like you are kind of like looking at like, where do I go from here? Maybe taking some time to plan ahead as far as like what it is that you're going to try to do to move forward. But yeah, it's definitely making you a little unhappy here, I would say. And yeah. So what is it that you would like to grow? What are your intentions, please? All right, so we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse with the Seven of Wands. So, you know, I do feel like what you want to do is kind of be more protective over your energy. I do feel like you are very much like wanting to set boundaries, or being very intentional at least about setting boundaries, being very protective of, you know, your energy, and being like overly giving, and being so focused on other people and making other people happy that you're not focused on yourself. So this Queen of Cups energy, this is somebody in the upright who is very supportive, very receptive, can be that shoulder to lean on for others, you know, is always there to offer support. And with it in the reverse, I feel like you want to give back some of that energy to yourself that you're giving to others. And with the Seven of Wands, like you want to be very protective and be very intentional, like I said, about setting boundaries so that you're not overdoing it. You're not getting yourself in some sort of situation like this again. All right. So what's going to help you bring your goals and your intentions into fruition, please? Yeah, so we have got the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like you need to make a decision here as far as like, what are your priorities? You definitely, with this Two of Pentacles in the reverse, things, again, more signs here that things are kind of out of balance for you as far as like what it is that you're prioritizing. If you're constantly prioritizing other people, other people's needs, making other people happy, other people's responsibilities, like there's a need for you to kind of make a choice here with the Two of Swords. And with this Four of Cups, you know, in the reverse here, I do feel like you've been thinking about this for quite some time, kind of like, how did you get here? Why did things get to this level? You definitely been thinking a lot about like your disappointments and how you aren't satisfied with the way that things currently are. And with the Four of Cups in the reverse, like this indicates that you are you're ready to come out of that reflective period. You're ready to come out of that, you know, kind of maybe closing yourself off a little bit from others so that you can really spend time contemplating the situation. You're ready to come out of that, and you're ready to make a choice. And that is what's going to really help you bring your goals and your intentions into fruition, is really making a choice to prioritize what's meant for you over what you've been doing for all these other people. Okay, and last but not least, but what are the outside resources that are available to you to help you? The outside influences. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse with Death in the reverse. So So the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, in the upright, it can definitely indicate somebody who, you know, is very self-sufficient, very much somebody who can, you know, take care of themselves financially, and, you know, create their own abundance. Like, they don't really need anybody else as far as, you know, making sure you've got everything that you need in the home, making sure that you have the money that you need to get by. You're very self-sufficient, but it can also indicate, you know, in the upright, like I was getting at, that it's somebody who may be kind of alone in that. Like, they may be, like, it's kind of like that boss energy of just like, you know, you've got everything you need as far as material resources, finances, your home, but like, who do you share it with at the end of the day? And I feel like that's kind of maybe what it is that causes you to do these things for all these other people. It's like, I feel like you're like, oh, if I, you know, take on all these responsibilities, I really try to take care of other people, that's going to bring me the connections that I need. But I feel like what needs to happen here is there's definitely like a transformation that needs to happen as far as like your own thinking in regards to this. Because we have the King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Like, this is somebody who, again, like, this is being stable, reliable, you know, really creating your own fulfillment, creating your own abundance, being very like resourceful and yeah, like just very grounded as well. So I do feel like, you know, if you're taking care of other people because you're wanting to get them on your side, like, there's a need for your whole like way of thinking about that to transform with this Death card here. Because, you know, you don't want people around you just because of the different things you can give to them or the different things that you can offer them. Like, you want them to be around you because they care about you for you, right? So yeah, I definitely feel like there's some sort of like there's some sort of like new way of being and thinking that needs to come in here, and like recognizing your own worth as well. You know, that you don't need to be all of these things to somebody, you know, because you have material abundance and you can give them things and you can offer them things. Like, you know, you've got everything that you need. And so just kind of like giving, what is it that I'm trying to say? It's like really hard for me to like put this in words for some reason, but it's like, basically, I just don't want you to think that you're not worthy of folks actually caring about you as a person. And, you know, you don't need to, your worth is not directly tied to what it is that you can do for people. That's what I'm trying to get at. So what is the advice for Aquarius, please? What is the advice, please, for Aquarius? So we've got emotions are running high and expect powerful change. So that's that death energy that I was talking about at the end there. Like, there is a huge potential here for transformation, for big, beautiful changes here. But again, like, you just kind of have to focus on those intentions, focus on that goal of really just like taking care of yourself, filling your own cup, being protective over your boundaries and your own energy, and making sure that people aren't around you just because of what it is that you can give to them, like physically, like as far as like things and stuff and your time and your energy. Yeah. What else for Aquarius, please? Okay, so we've got wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. There we go. Yeah, so definitely, I mean, with this 10 of Wands energy, like, you know, this is very much like you taking on way too many things, you having a lot of responsibilities, taking care of other people, putting their burdens on yourself. And that has to be draining your energy. That has to be just like exhausting you, both like mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I do feel like if you really spend time like figuring out your priorities here and really trying to figure out like what's important to you at the end of the day, taking care of yourself, making sure that you are being very loving and nurturing to yourself, I do feel like you're going to find that like a lot of that stress and that like anxiety and everything that you have on your plate is going to kind of melt away. So what else for Aquarius, please? Yeah. So we've got lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So I'm not sure if maybe like during the full moon in Cancer period, like if you spent any time kind of connecting to your inner emotions, connecting to your intuition, really paying attention to what it is that you feel inside in your heart, you may have kind of like noticed like the veil lift, right? I mean, we do have judgment here as part of like your energy from the full moon. So it's possible that you start kind of having some realizations, some big awakenings around like how much this has really been impacting you. And it feels like, yeah, like you might be just really noticing like how much there's a lack of balance in your connections or in certain situations in your life where you're just giving so much of yourself and you're not getting that same energy back. And so, yeah, this is all about seeing what's there under the surface, like seeing things for what they really are, and anything that's not like in alignment with your true self, your true heart, like it has to go, right? And then we've got baby steps here. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So you're probably already feeling like after having that kind of like awakening or that epiphany or whatever it was, you probably are just kind of like feeling intuitively like a pull in a certain direction of just like, this isn't working for me anymore, or like this isn't okay as it is. So I need to, you know, start making those moves, start, you know, and that's that energy I was talking about in the beginning too, of just kind of like having a lot of like forward moving energy, but just not quite being sure like where it is that you want to go yet. But I do feel like if there's any sort of inner guidance, inner wisdom, like inner pull that you're feeling, definitely follow that, even if you're not sure where it's all going to go just yet. What else for Aquarius? Yeah, so we've got passion coming out. And again, like with this 10 of Wands, like this is taking on so much of other people's stuff that you're not able to follow your own path. So if there's something that you're truly passionate about, something that you truly have been wanting for yourself that you've been putting on the back burner because you've been taking care of all these other things, it's time to align yourself with your true passion. Okay, and last but not least, what else for Aquarius, please? Last card. All right, so we've got receptivity coming out. And Capricorn got this card as well. But I do feel like you need to be receptive to some sort of change or transition with this death card, just as far as like, there may be some things that you're still carrying with yourself or about yourself where you're like, I have to do this because this is what keeps people around me or whatever it is. There's a need for you to be kind of open-minded here about where it is that you can go. You know, letting go of any beliefs about yourself, beliefs about the situation that aren't in alignment, and also just being receptive to the fact that, you know, there might be a lot of divine guidance trying to come in. Like, again, like I do kind of feel like there's some things in the works that you may have really wanted for yourself that you've been putting on the back burner or just not paying as much attention to. And, you know, I do feel like you're receiving some divine guidance, really trying to help get you on the right path. So spending some time just really connecting to your intuition, maybe meditating a little bit on the situation, spending some quiet time by yourself to really reflect on your true desires, your true passions, taking care of yourself. Maybe even spending some quiet time writing down these goals, writing down what it is that you want for yourself over the next couple of weeks as far as this new moon energy goes, and just being really receptive to whatever comes up and whatever comes out of that when you do spend time doing that. I think will be very helpful for you. So that was the reading. Thank you so much for being here. Do stay tuned in the next couple of weeks for the full moon reading, and then otherwise, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.